Hey everyone, it's Sean here, your guide to Warcraft, and it's patch 7.2.5 and we have a new pet battle dungeon which is the Deadmines. Last time we had Wailing Caverns as our first one, and I did a video in that covering how to do the challenge mode variant, which where you cannot heal or revive any battle pets going through, and it was actually quite tough. And I made that video, got a lot of views, people seem to like it seemed to help people out, so taking that on board, I'm making another one, and hopefully we'll continue to make these, and hopefully these will be just as quick and as helpful as I can possibly make them. So when you enter the Deadmines, you will be met with the first boss, which is the Foe Reaver. Now, he is a mechanical boss, so you want to be aiming to take elemental pets into the fight. Now, I will have all the pet layouts abilities that I use for this entire video in the description down below. So if you can't keep up with the video, or if you're not sure what I'm using, be sure to look down there. It will have as much information as I can put in. Now, Foe Reaver will damage your team in more of an AoE fashion. He also casts an ability which increases his damage by, I believe, about 125%. Whenever he uses this, I use Dive, which is why I like the Pandaren Water Spirit, because the second he uses that, I can dive and avoid that extra damage attack. Aside from that, you just want to keep blasting him down whenever your abilities come off cooldown. And the Pandaren Water Spirit can pretty much actually solo this boss. Not quite solo, you can kill him, but then when he goes on to his mechanical phase, you usually can't survive through that, which is why you need a backup pet. And I've got the Fell Flame and the Searing Scorchling, I believe it's called. These are both very similar, just one's green, one's orange, and it's very simple beyond that. Now, what you can see here, my Pandaren Water Spirit has pretty much almost soloed the first boss, and down he goes. But as a mechanical, he will revive with some health, come back up again, and will finish off the Water Spirit. Water Spirit's always a very good pet. Then bring in one of your backups, and then here you just use the Scorch ability, and it should just put him down in one hit, as the ability is strong against the Foe Reaver, and that's the first boss down. Very easy. And now we're going to be moving on to some trash mobs, and these are going to be quite unique compared to Wailing Caverns that we fought last time. This is the unfortunate Defias. This is a ghost, so this is an undead pet, and you can see it's accompanied by two trash pet mobs behind it. They're nothing to worry about, so what you want to do is take a critter into this fight. You should only need one critter, take a second one if it makes you feel better, but otherwise the other two pets that you use are pretty much random, ones that you can expend. Check the description so you make sure you don't need to use them later on. But otherwise the pet I'm using right now is the Brown Marmot, and you know, it's a slow burn for killing this ghost, but otherwise the Brown Marmot is very effective. I don't have many critter pets, so he was my best choice. This obviously isn't the only one you can use. My recommendation would be have a team of 2 critter pets, and then the third one can just be optional for the remaining trash. But other than that, it's no problem. The only catch with these trash mobs is that they are elite. Obviously not the extra ones, but the main enemy that you're fighting are elite, so they do take reduced damage, so they are a bit more of a challenge. But I would recommend following my recommendation of taking a critter in for this one, just to actually get him down, because you don't want to lose some pets on trash mobs and then find out you need them later and go through a lot of your pets, depending on how many pets you actually have. Mine is growing over time, so that's not really much of a problem. Once you've done that, the extra trash mobs, not much of a problem. Moving on, we have the Angry Geode. Now, this is an elemental pet, so you want to bring in some aquatic pets. Now, you have an internal strider I have here, and a dancing water strider. You really only need probably one of them. Very similar to the critter one, but this time it's a lot easier. You have a speed advantage, hopefully, and your pump ability should just put this away very quickly. Aquatic pets are strong against elemental, so you can see here you can do strong damage, as again, elite mobs take 50% reduced damage against all your pets. So having a pet which is strong against them will always come out in your advantage. You can see that's the Geode dead already. Very easy, and of course you don't need to bring a water strider, just any aquatic pet should do, just make sure it's a good one. Next we have the mining monkey guarding the cannon to the door. Now, I just brought in an iron starlet. He's a beast, so you want to bring in a mechanical pet for this fight. Iron starlet from the WoD pre-patch is just probably one of the best pets that you can use. Now, strong against him, even as an elite with 50% reduced damage, he is no match for the Iron Starlet. Just want to charge up your ability and one hit. Done. No, job done. Okay, moving on. So once you get through the door, you will fight the next boss. Now, this is Captain Klutz, and, well, I think that's how you pronounce his name. And he's probably the hardest mob that you're going to be fighting in this pet battle dungeon. He has a self-heal, and he hits like a truck. He stuns your pets. He is hard to counter. Now, he's a humanoid, and my advice would be bring undead pets into here. I started with the Unborn Val'kyr, very good pet, and you can see here, I'm doing damage to start with. I'm just using my basic ability here. And the thing is, you can get him down slowly, but the problem is he will eventually heal all that damage back up. So the most effective thing you can do before you die, you can even start with this because the damage you do at the start doesn't seem to make any difference. Even if you get stunned, make sure to apply your Curse of Doom on him. Now, you should do this before you die, and then you can obviously come back for another turn. This is the turn you want to use your Unholy Ascension. This will give you a 25% damage boost against him for, I think it's 9 turns, and that's a big help for taking him down. You're going to need all the damage you can get. Next pet I use is the Stitched Pup. Now, he has some abilities very strong. First, I use Disease Bite, and you want to keep that up for about 2 turns until Curse of Doom has 1 turn left before it's going to deal the damage. Before that goes off, you want to use your Howl ability, and then within the next turn, that will do increased damage to him. This is very important, like that did 600 damage and has taken him down quite a bit. Now, as I said, he will be healing through a lot of the damage you deal, so it's important whenever you can, keep up Disease Bite. You can see there, again, just keep going in because that Unholy Ascension buff will give you a damage boost. You can see there, he's just healed back up to about half health, so I've applied Howl again because I know in the next step I'm going to die. I will come back as, I guess, my undead turn and be able to do some extra damage to him. 570. Now, he's very close to dying here, and this is where the last pet will come in. I'm using the Restless Shadeling, and you can see here, Unholy Ascension only has 1 turn left, so I just wanted to get as much damage in as I can. He's only got so little health left, and then you can see here, he healed back up to 450, and my Unholy Ascension buff is gone, so this is where it gets a little bit dangerous. And this is where it sort of started to panic me because I realized, oh, I might not actually make this. I was losing HP really quickly. I wasn't doing much damage to him. I managed to get one do quite a bit, and then thankfully I knew I was undead and I knew I had a bit more in me, and I managed to take him down. So if you can get that right, or get, I guess, your RNG lined up, hopefully that should be that dead, and that is, like I said, the hardest boss that you will be fighting. Next boss here, or not boss, I guess mini boss, trash, whatever you want to call it. This is a rat with a pirate hat on. Pretty funny, but he's a critter. You want to use some beast pets, or basically I just used, was it the Alpine Foxling? Very easy, and you can just take in 1 or 2, I guess, beast pets. It doesn't really matter. Again, it's trash, not too important. Just taking a pet you can spare, maybe 2 beast pets. Moving up, we have another monkey. So, similar to the mining monkey, you can guess how this is going to end, but do not fear if you don't have an Iron Starlet, just any mechanical pet will do. You won't need any more going forward, so just use all your mechanical pets if you want to, just to take him down, and then the 2 leftover trash mobs should be no problem whatsoever. Now, the last trash mob you're going to fight is a parrot, so he's the only flying one here. And what counters flying? Well, those will be magic pets. I'm using the Highjow Wisp, Sid the Squid, and I believe it's like an Arcane Manaphian from WoD. I'm not quite sure on that one, but I never even needed to use him, so that's not a problem there. Any magic pets will do if you don't even have any of those. Just any pets to kill off the last one here. As long as you're not using Dragonkin pets, because Dragonkin is going to be what you're going to be using to fight the very last boss of the dungeon. So, here it is, Cookies Leftovers. Now, I'm using the Emerald Proto-Drake, Eula, and Chrominius. Now, you want to open with the Emerald Proto-Drake because he has, well, for me, had less speed, and then he will put you to sleep, and then you can get out Eula, who for me had a bit more speed, so I was able to get some more attacks out. Now, both of these pets have breath. You just want to be using breath as it is strong against Cookies Leftovers, so you just want to be doing as much damage as possible. before I died, I made sure to apply the Celestial Blessing buff so that when my Emerald Proto-Drake came back in, I would take a lot less damage so I could get more breaths out. So once Eula dies, you want to get in your Emerald Proto-Drake and you just want to start applying breath again. I actually started with the Liftoff because that was actually also strong against him. Just means I take less damage as well, so that's a win-win. Did 400 damage, which was pretty good, and then you just want to keep applying breath. I didn't find the need to actually use the heal. I just kept applying breath to get as much damage done as possible. You can see here, almost won, and 57 HP left. You know, I've won. I didn't even need to use Chrominius in the end. There's no trash accompanying the boss. And yeah, that with those two pets, if you play that right like I did, providing you own them, very easy. And like I said, I even had Chrominius as a backup pet just in case I didn't make it. And that's the dungeon done. Hand that in and you will get an old bottle cap. Now, these don't sound very good, but these are actually currency that you can use to buy pets and pet supplies from this actual vendor. Now, he will sell free pets and a pet bag. I'm not sure if the pet bags like Wailing Caverns actually also contain a pet. But as a reward for the achievement by completing the Pet Battle Dungeon Challenge mode, you will actually receive the Mining Monkey as a battle pet. And if you did the earlier one, you should also get a free level 25 stone to instantly upgrade him. As you can see here, you can basically buy the bosses. You got a Foe Reaver, you got that, and then you got, I don't know what that is. But that one costs 1, next one costs 2, last one costs 3. So you're going to have to run this, you know, quite a few weeks in order to get all of them collected. And again, I'm not sure if the pet bag actually rewards any pets. I need to look into that actually, so I need to know if I need to keep running this again and again and again. But hopefully this guide makes it a lot easier for you to do that. So that's all for this video. Be sure to subscribe for some more guides. Let me know if it helps, and I'll see you next time.